In 1912, the dream of a few men became a reality. The Volunteer Ocean Lifeguard was born from a community need. Today, the vision shines on, just as it was in 1912. The American Red Cross Volunteer Life-Saving Corps.
Like somebody told me when I was a recruit, when I first got in, they told me that when you're on the tower, that you're the man. You know, that everybody's life is in your hands at the time that you're out there, and you've got to look after everybody.
Sunday. The mate and crew ready for the day. The lighthouse tower is called the Peg. The Art Deco lifeguard station, built in 1946, is the third home of the guards, built at number 2 Oceanfront, the landmark of the Jacksonville beaches. Raising the flags begins the day. The Peg is the first post manned every Sunday. With its elevated view, guards have a first look at water conditions, bathers, and potential trouble spots along the surf line.
Now, the Corps is very special. It just holds a special place in my heart, and I'm 32 years old right now. I got in when I was 17, and I plan to keep coming around as long as I'm able. It's a beautiful place, a lot of heritage, a lot of brotherhood, a lot of camaraderie, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful organization.
At 8 a.m., the mate and first surfman hit the beach, and a tradition awakens for another day in the early morning light. The Walters Torpedo Buoy, a Corps invention, has been adopted by lifeguards everywhere. And the bright orange chair, the guard station or tower, is always moved to the water's edge, following the advance and recede of the tide. And the flag. A signal system linking the guard to backup at the station sweeps over the beach, signaling guards on duty. There is a serenity to the early morning. It's a peaceful time. But that will change as crowds of bathers and families flow to the beach to enjoy the ocean. Since 1912, the volunteer guards have been pulling duty. At the turn of the century, Jacksonville and the beaches were the coast of Florida. There was a new trend just taking hold. It was weekends at the ocean shores. Skimpy fashion statements were really in, and the new family pastime, sunbathing at the beach.
People came down for that ocean. People will always come to that ocean. There were thousands of people. You could not move. There were just people everywhere along the boardwalk. You couldn't get a car on the beach for all the people that were here. There were drownings. In those very, very early days, there were difficulties.
In the early 1900s, the closest medical care was 25 miles away in Jacksonville. And that was by train. There was no city government at Pablo Beach to respond to emergencies, and the bathers grew in numbers. It all came to a head on a weekend day in 1912 with the drowning of a Jacksonville nurse. Something had to be done, but who and what could stop these tragedies? Clarence McDonald, the supervisor for public recreation for the city of Jacksonville, was moved to action and coincidentally knew the leading life-saving authority of the day, Commodore Longfellow of the U.S. Coast Guard, also known as the Amiable Whale. With Longfellow's encouragement, McDonald set out on a personal campaign to arouse public awareness. Soon he met Dr. Haskell of the YMCA, who just happened to be teaching Commodore Longfellow's life-saving techniques to his best swimmers and gymnasts at the Y. And the rest is history. McDonald and Haskell became a team. They organized young men from the Y and created their own beach training and ocean systems. And with Commodore Longfellow's encouragement, in the summer of 1912, the Coast Guard christened this motley band of lifesavers the United States Volunteer Life-Saving Corps, Coast Guard Station #1, the first of its kind. In 1914, Commodore Longfellow was recruited by the Red Cross to head their new Water Safety and Life-Saving Division. 2 months later, in April 1914, the Jacksonville Lifeguards followed Commodore Longfellow into the Red Cross with the charter proclamation that stands today.
What a group of fellows we had that started the Lifesaving Corps. They were well on the way to being just the talk of the nation, not just Duval County, but they were the talk of the nation. And people came from everywhere to sort of copy them and see what they did. And being in the Life-Saving Corps at that time was the thing to do. And as soon as you learned to swim, you began to dream of being in the Life-Saving Corps. I say that because I have a lot of fond memories of the Life-Saving Corps. My whole family does.
Today, as then with Pablo Beach, the ocean continues to attract vast numbers of bathers with few skills to match the surf conditions they encounter. With cold fronts sweeping down from Cape Hatteras and tropical lows surging in with the Gulf Stream, beach conditions can go from serene to severe in the change of a day. Skilled surfmen and local surfers get excited about big swells and rough conditions. To a tourist, the Corps has always been a diverse group of individuals, all ages and from all walks of life. The names and faces change every few seasons. The years pass and the decades change. But the same kind of legends and tales repeat themselves. Stories of summer loves to risky rescues. And the training, tradition, and times continue.
We're the only organization like this in the world that I know of. Spree Day Corps, definitely. I just love it. When I first got in, when I was going out through the class, I didn't know exactly what I was doing until I actually got on the beach, and then I got to experience where it was all coming from. There's a lot of responsibility in this job. You're taking hundreds of lives into your own hands. Not only do we have responsibility of bathers, but we also have responsibilities of each other. We've got to take care of each other. The Corps will definitely always be in my heart. I will always be a Jacksonville Beach lifeguard.
Training of the guards is very thorough. It requires a lot of discipline and commitment to master the lifeguard skills that in emergency situations you will use. And all the physical trials and mental challenges of recruit weathers lead to one focus: knowing when to act. When a bad combination of surf conditions and bathers can go deadly, and a guard's actions alone save a life, maybe more. Training classes last an average of 2.5 months. The recruits learn the history and rules of the Corps, advanced first aid, beach and bather conditions, ocean rescue skills, and the surf boats. Once a recruit gains membership and sits the first year, he's apt to learn more about himself, the surf, and helping others than most learn in a lifetime. The guards are trained to read conditions, runouts, bather abilities, from the non-swimmer to children slipping into deep sloughs, to rafters too far from shore. And the guard trained to act in advance in enough time to get to bathers before they slip below the surf. The guard knows, when in doubt, go.
I had one sitting surf motel. pregnant woman and a child were caught to run out. I had to go get them. I was looking, I saw them standing there. They were in like knee-deep water. Turned my head, looked back around, and they're like in chest-deep water flailing around. And they only took like one step forward. It was happened fast. I don't even remember getting down. I just remember I was down. I thought I'd be like, not know what to do, but I knew exactly what to do. Just go.
I went after this guy. He couldn't have been more than 30 yards out. And he had gone down. I don't know, about the second time I was on my way out to him. By the time I got to him, he had already resigned himself to being dead. And I reached down into the water, grabbed him by the hair, and pulled him out. And when I did, you could just see the relief in the guy's face. I carry that picture with me today.
Yeah, I don't even remember like getting off my tower. I saw this little kid. I saw him and I whistled at him. He was with his bigger brother, and he saw me, so he started to, swim back in. And his big brother got out. And I, scared in my water, looked back, and all of a sudden he is getting taken out so fast. And I just ran. Oh, I was so pumped. As soon as I saved that kid, it was awesome. His mom came up to me, gave me a big hug, and said thank you. She tried to give me money. I was like, I do this for free. It was awesome. I love that.
I believe it's been around for so long because when new people get in, they feel they have to live up to the past generations, which is good. And that's everyone tries their hardest, and we just keep continuing this ongoing tradition of excellence and life-saving. And the suit, I like it. I'm proud to wear this suit. I earned it. It represents a lot of hard work and effort that people put into this organization, and I represent them. And I'm proud to wear this uniform to let people know that if they're in danger, I'll be there.
What a volunteer guard gains from his time on the beach is a very lasting and personal experience. It's a time when, in extreme conditions, a guard throws himself into the breach to help and save others. The satisfaction is tremendous. The friendships are long-lasting. The experience can be a peak in one's life. Old members have a say. The names and faces change, but the esprit de corps stays the same.